Dog, I rewinded that part. I thought I missed something reading a tweet or something.
Dog, I thought it was like a Marvel shit where they got some after the credits. Cause it was like another 8 minutes of credits. I watched the entire, no way. Y'all gonna show me something else.
I want to fight Netflix.
Me and my girl looked at each other like, yo, I know that's not it. I said, yo.
Netflix. I cannot believe that they did that.
They stole money.
Leave the World Behind has certainly left an impression. A lot of people are disparaging the new Netflix thriller after a supposedly lackluster ending following 2 hours of build-up. I thought I'd take a few minutes to share some of my thoughts about the movie, and if there's anything that I missed, feel free to let us know in the comments. I'd love to hear your interpretations. So with that said, let's dive right in. The movie starts with a pan across the world, and several layers removed from the universe is modern man, with his 3 alarm clocks laying under the covers of comfort. Our protagonists are introduced as a well-to-do, idyllic American family, 2 parents with 2 children, a boy and a girl, a standard nuclear family perhaps symbolic of the traditional America, or the American dream. We follow the Sanford family on their excursion away from the city, a chance for them to get away from the humdrum and connect back to nature. Funnily enough, the trip is prompted by the mother's hate for people.
And I saw all these people starting their day with such tenacity, such verve, all in an effort to make something of themselves, make something of our world. I felt so lucky to be a part of that. But then I remembered what the world is actually like. And I came to a more accurate realization. I f***ing hate people.
Their vacation to the beach is cut short by an oil tanker washing ashore, and then the owners of their Airbnb arriving back from their trip early. The use of color here is interesting, where the owners are the ones that are in the dark, literally. However, we find out throughout the story that they actually know more than they let on. Using this inversion and social commentary, the Scots reclaim their home, and the power dynamic swings back in their favor toward the end. There's a thinly veiled racial tension in this scene, the Scott daughter hinting at the prejudice of Julia Roberts' Amanda Sanford, and her incredulity at the ownership of the home.
If he sneaks in, I don't want to think about it. I wish I had your faith in people.
But really, the purpose of the film comes from the scene just prior to this confrontation, when Ethan Hawke's character, Clay Sanford, describes the latest work of one of his students.
Her second book is like an exploration of how media serves as both an escape and a reflection, which is a contradiction that she manages to reconcile.
Someone's here.
Media serving as an escape and a reflection. The purpose of this film is to reflect on our humanity, while also serving as an escape from the world that it's critiquing.
My line of work, you have to understand the patterns that govern the world. You have to learn how to read the curve. Spend as long as I have doing it, it can help you see the future.
Now, this movie is far from perfect. A lot of the dialogue is ham-fisted. It uses a lot of melodramatic soliloquies to drive home their points.
You seemed pretty certain a minute ago with your f***ing haunting soliloquy.
But nonetheless, I think it's a lofty message. Classically speaking, the best art is that which points to something beyond itself. Art that's able to tap into the universal. To quote Plato, beauty is the splendor of the truth. But for our day and age, it's to escape reality, or truth in that sense. Media is a world entirely made of feeling, and thus its purpose is to evoke such feelings rather than grapple with some inherent reality. As their daughter Rose sees herself under the TV at the end of the film, she escapes to a world that Ruth recalls never existed in the first place.
But it's almost nostalgic for a time that never existed, you know?
Detached from reality and, ultimately, unfulfilling. Friends, like most modern entertainment, or art, is done for the sake of itself. It has no real purpose beyond selling an ad.
There's a Starbucks.
And our connection to it is for some sort of never-been nostalgia. This is the world you retreat to when the world has been reduced to instances of stimuli.
Meanwhile, the kids seem to have completely gotten over it, like it was something they saw on a show. They're on to the next episode.
The purposelessness of the characters beyond survival is another interesting discussion. The references to a cabal and the Illuminati to then forego their existence ring strongly of the poem of Yeats, "The falcon cannot hear the falconer."
Sure, there are those like my friend who might have the right kind of access to the right kind of information. But when events like this happen in the world, the best, even the most powerful people can hope for is a heads up.
In a postmodern world, the world is all there is. And if there's no one running the show and no comfort to fall back on, then we're just circling a meaningless abyss. The pretense of civilization is that we're building towards something, some sort of greatness or excellence, not just sustaining a lifestyle or living for the sake of it. But the movie argues that modern man is lost without his technology to distract him from his shortcomings.
I got lost today when I went out this morning. So I just drove around. I drove around some more. And then, I turned around and then I got just completely lost. I have no idea how I found my way back here, to be honest.
Literally, when we see Clay Sanford get lost when he's looking to head back into town, and figuratively, with not having any real purpose at the end of the movie. When we're faced with things that we don't understand, civilization goes right out the window.
I have no idea what I am supposed to do right now. I can barely do anything without my cell phone and my GPS. I am a useless man.
It's all just pretense. Time and again, we're conditioned to passivity and apathy, moving on to the next thing, like the Sanford children after they witnessed a tanker end up on the shore. If media is a reflection of ourselves, then the daughter who's more interested in the end of an inconsequential TV show than her own life or that of her family's is an apt descriptor of our current situation. When everything matters, then everything is trivial. When we can connect to anything, then there's no real connection. And when you can't do anything or you feel so powerless that your voice doesn't matter, maybe it's just enough to feel or connect to a humanity that never existed. There's definitely a lot more symbolism to unpack with this movie, but I think I'll pause it right here. I want to hear your thoughts about the movie in the comments, about the interpretation in the comments as well. Like and subscribe to support the channel as always, and thank you for watching.